I'm Alexa Williams, the Senior Executive Director with 31, and I wanted to share a little bit about sponsoring and the mindset to sponsor. And the best way for me to start this is share why I absolutely did not want to sponsor when I first started back in 2008. I came to 31 because I needed a little extra money, and I saw an opportunity with these amazing products that I immediately resonated with. But I had no experience in direct sales. I didn't have a very favorable opinion of the industry because I didn't know what I was talking about, and I just needed that flexibility to earn money. So I started selling and set my goal for what I wanted to earn and kept going. And every time my poor leader would reach out to me about, hey, your sales are great. Why don't you maybe add some people to the team or share the opportunity so they can have the same experience that you're having? And I was like, oh, no, I'm not going to be that person. I was so afraid of being seen as high pressure and obnoxious. And I was like, I don't want to go into a store and see somebody I know and have them completely avoid eye contact with me because I'm that person. And I absolutely, anytime anything with sponsoring, recruiting, anything came up, I shut down completely. Now, fast forward, I had a couple of people join in spite of me, and I went to a leadership conference with 31, and I was sitting at this table of women, and I was selling 3 times the amount of product that they were. Now, you have to understand, I really liked the selling part. That was fun and easy for me because my excitement for the product was contagious, and that's what I relied on. So my first full year with 31, I was the number 1 selling consultant in the company, and I was perfectly happy with that. But I'm at this table with women, and I am selling 3 times the amount of product that they're selling, and they were making 3 times the amount of money I was making. I'm like, how are you doing that? And they're like, you have to build a team. I'm like, no, I don't want to build a team. Why would I do that? Why would I give up 25% and my market share? Because at the time I didn't understand that there is so much room for everybody. And actually the more people you have in the market, the easier it gets with the product. And I didn't want to share it. I'm like, no, I'm not going to give up 25% for like 2 and 3%. That's dumb. And I don't want to deal with women because women can be crazy. I'm probably the craziest one, but that was my mindset. But I listened to these women all weekend, and they kept saying, you got to build a team. You got to build a team. I'm like, ugh, I don't want to do this. But I left there determined to trust them because I still couldn't wrap my head around it. And I shifted my mindset. And the next thing I know, I DIQ'd the next month. That was where you kind of met your director requirements, and I promoted shortly after. We don't have to do that anymore. So I really had to say, how did I shift my mindset? How did I go from not being able to sponsor or not wanting to then consistently adding new people and building a team every single month? And it was me. I was the problem. I was the biggest issue. My qualm and concern with being that weird person that people didn't want to make eye contact with, that was totally in my power. If I didn't want to be obnoxious, then don't be obnoxious. Just share the opportunity with people. A couple of things really helped me going to that leadership thing and meeting these other women with 31 and seeing the impact that 31 had in their life. I realized that there's something here, and it's somewhat selfish of me to keep it to myself. So there's some things that I want to share with you that help me shift my mindset. Number 1, I had to take me out of the equation. And I had to make it comfortable for me. So when I would be in front of people talking about the opportunity, it was very uncomfortable to say, you should join my team. It felt like it was about me. And as a somewhat self-centered person, I default to that. So I had to make it a little safer. And I would say things like, hey, I am currently looking to build my team. If you know of somebody who really, really loves the product, needs some extra money, or just wants some fun girl time, let me know. I want to give you some information you can share with them. And that was my little sneak maneuver I did for my own mindset of, oh, no, I'm not being pushy to you. No, you don't need to. But if you know of someone, and I actually was talking to them, but I was trying, by using that third person, it made it safer and easier for me. And it started working. And I know because it had nothing to do with those words or saying it, it had to do with my mindset. When I started seeing what 31 could do for other people, and when I started sharing the stories, look at my own family. If you're just starting your journey and you don't have a huge 31 story to share, I look at all the women I've met. I look at me being a completely different person now than I was when I started. Confidence, friendship, experiences. I never could have taken all these all expense paid vacations that I earned for free with 31. Some of my family's best memories was a huge Disney trip where we stayed on property, bought the meal plan, and I didn't have to pay for it because I earned it as an incentive with 31. So it's the money, what the money does for my family, my personal development, the friendships I have, knowing that no matter where I go in this country, I can find somebody or have a connection with somebody because of 31. So I had to think about all the things that by not offering the opportunity, I was being somewhat selfish and keeping it to myself. So think about what your 31 story is and what 31 has done for you. And if you don't feel like you have that story, then borrow it from someone else. Ask the people on your team. Start kind of building that list of what 31 can do. The other thing I had to look at is who I was introducing the opportunity to. I think it's super easy to look for the person that wants the extra money or needs the extra money, but there might be a reason that things aren't working out well for them. So while there will always be that need, and this is the fastest way for women to make money with the flexibility that we need for all the different roles we play, don't overlook that. But don't exclude other people who need it for the product, just the passion they love for the product and that need that little bit of extra girl time. So we're going to shift our mindset by looking at everything that 31 has offered us and those on the team by borrowing stories from others. We're going to open up our mind to what 31 has in store for people, and we're going to listen more than we talk. Biggest challenge for me ever. That's my number three thing. When I was talking about the sponsor, even when I was selling products, I would always just rattle off all these different things. So you can earn trips and you get this and you get free product. And when you sign up, there's a Strong Start and there's all this stuff and there's websites and there's training and you want to do this and there's this meeting and then conference. It was too much. I was overwhelming people. And I just felt like if I could throw as much out at them as possible, that they would embrace something and join me. And I now know that I need to keep it simple because the confused mind says no. So there's only 3 things I really focus on. What 31 can do for them, by finding out what they need or want from 31, how they sign up, and getting them started with the very first party. Everything else, they'll learn along the way. Keep it super simple. Do not overwhelm them. And then I had to kind of look at how I was going to actually have the conversation. So share your story, gather your information, figure out who you want to go to. Do not limit or make judgments. Our job is to offer, and there's a say yes or no, and then figure out what your approach is going to be. So what helped me a lot is asking questions. I'm a talker, clearly love to talk. So I would make sure I would ask them a question, listen to the answer, give a 1-second response, and then ask another question. So for example, my first question is always like, why 31? And how they would respond to me if they say, I love the product and I really like to get it for free or discounted, then I know, okay, product is their love language. That's the way I need to kind of answer things back to them. If they talk about their family and they talk about different relationships, then I know that they value the relationships, and that's a way that I can kind of share with them about 31. And then of course there's the money. And if somebody says, well, I need extra money when I say why 31, then that's the angle I take. So there's 3 different ways. And by asking them the question, I know which way to go, and I keep it super simple. The other thing I think it's important to know about the 31 opportunity is this is an opportunity to be in business by yourself, like for yourself, but not by yourself. So we have this huge company with all these marketing resources. We have our replicated websites. We have they send out emails on our behalf. They do all of this work for us, and it's a fabulous product. And the price to join that is nothing, considering what we get for it. So it's a very low risk opportunity. And I like to make sure people kind of understand that you are becoming a part of the sisterhood. And when you come into 31, you're not by yourself, and we all work together. And that's a huge part of our culture. So shifting it that way and listening to people more and making sure they are aware of the sisterhood and the support that we have really made a big difference for me. To know at 14 years from the time where I absolutely would not sponsor anybody or didn't want to talk about it, to see the number of lives that my 31 journey has impacted, and to watch people grow and the experiences they've had, whether it's been for just a short season or whether they've been a part of the journey for a long time. That is a very, very humbling thing, that if I had kept it about me in the beginning and not wanting to be pushy, I would have denied a lot of people the opportunity to feel and experience the same thing. I had to get myself out of the way and recognize that we sell amazing products at 31, but the number one product that we sell is the opportunity to be a part of this company and to be a part of our teams. So keep that in mind and take yourself out. Don't talk too much, don't overshare. And if, again, you don't have that massive 31 story, borrow it from other people. But once I was able to get myself out of the way and realize I don't get to prejudge who joins 31 or why, I just need to share it so that as many people as possible join me on this journey and can experience a lot of the same wonderful things that I have because of 31. So I hope that that kind of helps shift your mindset. I still hear that the number one reason why people don't want to sponsor is they don't want to be pushy. And my answer to that is don't. And the number one reason why people don't join 31 is because nobody asked them. So don't be like me, friends. Shift that mindset and get out there and share an amazing opportunity that is changing lives.